When it comes to China's shoddy construction, people often can't help but shake their heads. In this era of pictures and truth, various videos circulating on the internet have torn off the fig leaf of the so-called infrastructure maniac claimed by the Chinese government. People live in this world and cannot do without food, clothing, housing, and transportation. If the houses we live in are shoddy, it is almost a disaster for ourselves and our families. On September 18, 2024, a 4.7 magnitude earthquake occurred in Feidong County, Hefei City, Anhui Province. This earthquake also exposed the local shoddy construction. Man, I see that the house opposite seems to be cracked. Is this cracked? Is this place cracked? Look. Man, look at the road downstairs. This road is cracked by the earthquake. This video was shot on September 10, 2024, showing the balcony of a resident in Nanbaoli Community, Erhe Station East Road, Wuchang City, Heilongjiang Province, suddenly collapsing. This video shows that in September 2023, an owner of Huafu Mingcheng Community in Weifang City, Shandong Province, spent a lot of money to buy a house for his parents, but found that the concrete floor was loose during renovation. Reporter: why? Man, it can't be fixed. The light is falling down. The construction party asked someone to say, "I'll shovel it for you." Maybe some places of cement are not up to standard. But the construction workers shoveled it bigger and bigger. The old man's life is not easy. I bought a house for him, and now he doesn't dare live in it. This cement falls off as soon as it's scraped, which poses a serious safety hazard. The bungalows built at home are much better than this building. This video, shot in August 2024, shows the outer wall of a residential building somewhere in China is cracked, which looks very alarming. Netizens left messages saying, "People upstairs and downstairs are in danger." Oh my God, it's very dangerous for things to fall from such a high place. Can everyone sleep in such a dangerous house? Although this is an insulation layer, it really shouldn't fall off. Regarding Chinese people living in such risky buildings, some exclaimed, "Oh, it's terrible! Escape quickly!" While others said, "Buy a motorhome. It's better to buy a motorhome than to buy this." This video was shot in November 2023 and shows a homeowner prying open the cement wall of a unit door in front of a residential building. The video subtitles read, "Can anyone tell me why the house I spent more than $2 million on is made of foam?" Shoddy construction poses a threat to people's lives and safety. At about 7 p.m. on September 19, 2024, at Rule of Law Square in Luoyang, Bozhou City, Anhui Province, the outer wall of a building fell and hit an 11-year-old boy, killing him on the spot. This video shows the boy's mother crying in agony and burning paper money for him at the scene. 3 policemen were also present. Mother: "I can't go back. I can't go back anymore." China's shoddy construction reveals its true colors in the face of natural disasters. On April 26, 2024, the outer wall of a building in Shenzhen, Guangdong Province, was blown down by strong winds, falling to the ground and scaring pedestrians holding umbrellas to flee quickly. The counters, shelves, and windows of a store in Dongguan were also blown down by the wind. In September 2024, Typhoon Yagi made landfall on Hainan Island, revealing the shoddy construction projects there. The video below shows a scene where the typhoon blew away most of the balcony glass in a building. This video shows a woman's balcony being blown away. Woman, it's completely gone. The balcony is all broken and can't hold up. It's all blown away and the glass has all fallen off. This video shows the typhoon blew away all the furniture in a man's room. Man, it's ruined. The outside has collapsed. Everything has flown out, and the furniture is gone. This video shows that on September 6, 2024, the elevators on the 9th floor of a building in Hainan Province were torn apart by the typhoon, and the building's outer shell and insulation layer were blown away by the wind, leaving only the empty frames. Man, As soon as the typhoon came, the elevator began to tear from top to bottom. All the windows are gone. Look at the building opposite. It's dark because all the windows are gone. I've lived in Hainan for decades, and the locals have never seen such a big typhoon. The video above is about the shoddy construction of buildings, while the videos below are about shoddy roads. This video shows that on August 10, 2024, the road in Nanyue District, Hengyang City, Hunan Province collapsed, and 2 cars and a motorcycle fell into the pit. In this regard, a Taiwanese netizen said, "There was only one such construction accident in Taiwan, and it led to the Hsinchu County magistrate corruption case being uncovered." However, such accidents in China are not surprising. The political center of the Chinese government is in Beijing. Even though the top leaders in Beijing are very concerned about their own safety, shoddy roads are still inevitable there. This video shows a bus from Beijing Yuyang Taxi Group Kakatrasao, planted stuck in a large pit on the road due to the collapse of the road surface. Man, oh my goodness, this big hole is exposed. It must be on the news broadcast. My goodness, my God. It's a good thing there aren't many people on the bus. What would they have done? This video, shot in July 2024, shows a scene in Henan Province, where the concrete pavement of a road was washed away by a flood. There are also many shoddy bridges in China. Bridges are meant for cars and people to pass over. If there are shoddy construction problems with a bridge, it poses significant safety hazards. This video shows the collapse of the Xi'an Longting Bridge in Shaanxi County, Qiandongnan, Guizhou Province on August 8, 2024. This video shows another angle of the sudden collapse of Longting Bridge. Woman. Oh my God, it's so amazing, so scary. It scared me to death. On September 3, 2023, floods exceeding the warning line appeared at 16 stations on 9 rivers in Wuzhou City, Guangxi Province. A local bridge was washed away by the flood. From the video, it's clear that the bridge was very fragile under the flood's impact. Under the rule of the Chinese government, not only houses, roads, and bridges suffer from shoddy construction, but even pedestrians can encounter the consequences of poor construction while walking. This video shows a terrifying scene where a shoddy electric pole on the roadside suddenly fell and almost hit a pedestrian. After the pole hit the ground, the wires caught fire, creating a dangerous situation. Shoddy construction has also affected special places such as hospitals. On February 20, 2024, Xi'an City, Jiangsu Province, suddenly experienced heavy snowfall. That night, the ceiling of the outpatient hall at the First People's Hospital of Xi'an City collapsed. It was reported that the collapsed section was about 4 or 5 stories high, and the debris, including rubble, cement blocks, and aluminum alloy materials, fell to the first floor. Fortunately, since the collapse occurred at night, no casualties were reported. But how could heavy snow collapse the roof of a hospital? It's not a straw shed. It seems like poor construction was involved. On September 21, 2024, a pedestrian corridor overpass on the second floor of Taifu Times Square in Zhuge Changzhou City, Jiangsu Province, suddenly collapsed. The scene was chaotic, with glass fragments scattered all over and suspected burst pipes spraying water everywhere. In China, outdoor concrete fences also pose safety hazards. This video, shot in Jieyang City, Guangdong Province, shows 2 aunts holding onto a concrete guardrail for exercise, but the guardrail suddenly broke off, injuring the elderly women. This video shows a 4 or 5-year-old girl walking down the stairs holding the railing when suddenly the railing broke and the child sat on the stairs in fear. Some netizens said, "I've never encountered such a fragile project in my life. It must be a shoddy project." Others pointed out, "There are shoddy projects everywhere. A little kid actually broke the stainless steel. Isn't that shoddy?" Some informed netizens said, "I know about the guardrails by the river. Last time I saw workers working on them, they were glued. The proper requirement is to dig trenches and pour cement with steel bars, but now they're cutting corners to save effort." From the above videos, we can see that in mainland China, Shoddy projects are widespread in buildings, roads, bridges, and more. The CCP has always advocated the so-called more, faster, better, and cheaper approach, branding itself as an infrastructure maniac. During construction, officials at various levels see these projects as opportunities to make money. After bribing or being bribed, developers are left with an insufficient budget, leading to inevitable corner cutting. As a result, houses, bridges, and roads built in haste are prone to numerous issues that should not exist. Ordinary people spend their life savings to buy houses, only to live in fear. Some netizens even suggested it would be better to buy a motorhome than a house. This reflects the helplessness and sorrow of ordinary Chinese people. It's also clear that from top to bottom, the Chinese government has been reaping benefits at every level, while ignoring the safety of people's lives and property. Only after repeated disasters expose these shoddy projects does the government make public statements, offer empty promises, and continue to spend money abroad. Quality of China's tofu buildings. Railings on the outer wall fall off with just a pull. This incident reveals just how poor the quality of a tofu dreg building in China is, and how dangerous it can be to people. Residents of an apartment building on the 20th floor in Langfang City, Hebei Province, attempted to install air conditioners. While workers were operating at high altitude, the guardrail at the installation site for the air conditioning unit, as designed by the building, fell off, nearly causing a serious safety accident. A video of the incident was shared online a few days ago, shocking viewers with its intensity. According to a mainland media website on September 11th, Mr. Zhang from Langfang, Hebei Province, was recently installing air conditioners for residents of a high-rise building on the 20th floor. As he climbed to the installation site, carrying the heavy air conditioning unit around his waist, he reached out to grab the guardrail attached to the outer wall of the building. To his shock, one end of the guardrail immediately came loose. It turned out that the guardrail was only secured with an expansion screw on one side. Mr. Zhang said that, fortunately, he was tied to both a main rope and an auxiliary rope, preventing him from falling along with the machine when the guardrail loosened. He added that if he had only been using a flat safety rope like most installers, the consequences could have been disastrous. Mr. Zhang brought this incident to the attention of the media, hoping to remind his fellow workers of the importance of not neglecting or simplifying safety measures during high-altitude work. He emphasized that safety always comes first. After the incident was reported and the video went viral, Chinese netizens expressed their outrage and shock. One netizen commented, "The person who installed that guardrail must have had their conscience eaten by a dog. This is practically attempted murder." Another wrote, "This is playing with people's lives. The quality of construction is absolutely chilling." Yet another netizen asked, if the worker had only tied a single safety rope, who would have been held responsible for the fatal accident? It is understood that, had the installer fallen due to the loose guardrail, the building's original construction unit, the contractor, and the supervising entity would all be held responsible.